Congratulations to Manchester City. They had a 3-1 victory over Newcastle United in the second leg of the EFL or Carabao Cup semi-final. So they have accepted the appointment to meet Arsenal in the finals. And I'm going to get to that in the end of this video. But let us get back to the Newcastle versus Manchester City game. Now, I saw a lot of football fans talking about where Manchester City played a poor second half. And that has been the story of Manchester City. But come on, let's be honest. All right. When you're Pep Guardiola and your system is based on possession and you have a 2-0 advantage that you are taking into a second leg and you are at home at the Etihad, what do you expect? Proper control. This is Pep Guardiola even when the game is tied at 0-0, 0-0. You expect Pep Guardiola to control the game, possession based. So if Pep is having a 2-0 advantage, what do you expect? Dictate the tempo of the game. He's going to make the decision of the game however you want to look at it. He's going to play fast when he wants to. He's going to play slow when he wants to, which means Eddie Howe and Newcastle United, they don't have any option but to just follow whatever decision Manchester City was going to make for them. End of story. End of story. And do not give me, Joe Willock and Anthony Gordon had those chances if they had converted them and whatnot. Manchester City took the lead in the 7th minute. Umar Mamouche. Now, yes, the goal was a scrambled one, but easy goal. All right. So now they had a 3-0 aggregate. In about 35 minutes, it was 5-0 aggregate lead. What do you expect? Tell me a team that we go into the second half knowingly that they have a 5-0 advantage and they are still going to play with that same level of motivation that they played with in the first half. It is highly likely impossible. So I'm seeing fans saying, well, if Newcastle had played the way they played in the second half and blah, 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 blah. No, it wasn't going to happen. And I tell you what, if Joe Willock or Anthony Gordon had converted those chances, it would have been a different game. Manchester City would have been all over them. Let's not pretend that was not going to be the case. Yes, this is football. Anything can happen. But I tell you what, we all know that Newcastle United had little or no chance altogether. It was always going to be a Manchester City going into the finals to take on Arsenal. So there's no pretense about it. So yes, Omar Mamouche had a brace. Johnny Reinders had the third. And then Anthony Langer pulled one back. That is a consolation goal for Newcastle United. So it is what it is. Now, going into these finals, Arsenal versus Manchester United. Now, listen, on paper, Arsenal, they look like they're the better team. Yes. But I tell you what, there's a big intangible that is missing, and that is winner's mentality. Arsenal do not have it compared to Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. So yes, when the moment matters massively, I will put my stake on Manchester City because I have seen them done that over and over and over again. And I have seen Arsenal crumble. They panicked, lack of composure, and what it takes for them to crush bigger teams. I have seen them be timid against Liverpool at the Emirates in the English Premier League and against Manchester United in the English Premier League and could not take advantage of a man down at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. And yes, they won the day before, 1-0 in the added time of added time. Kai Havertz converted a chance. But that was not an impressive performance. So I'm saying, whatever it is, however you're looking at this Arsenal team, I feel like they can be put under severe pressure. And when all stakes are on deck, Arsenal, you all know what I'm talking about. Yes, it is football. Anything can happen. But we all know when the stake is high and cannot be higher, we know Arsenal is highly likely going to crumble. But we'll see what happens in the finals. And do not give me the argument of Newcastle was missing Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, Fabian Schär, Livramento, Shaft. All right. Because Manchester City missed a lot of players, and they have been without key players for a very, very long time. In Mateo Kovacic, John Stones, and they did not have Bernardo Silva. They did not have Jeremy Doku. They did not have Savino, as well as Jasko Vladio, who is potentially one of the best center back and left back you can find in the world currently in football. So we will see what happens in the finals. And I'm saying all of these things fairly. All right. Yes, Manchester City have been struggling. Arsenal on paper look like a better team. But that is a team that have shown that they can be cracked. They have shown that their composure can be put to the test. And when that is the case, they can be absolutely timid. All right. We saw that against Liverpool at the Emirates, especially in the second half in that game. We saw that against Manchester United, who were very clinical. And I've never seen an Arsenal team giving away possession as much as they did against Manchester United. We saw that they could not take advantage against Chelsea, even with a man down at Stamford Bridge. So, are there questions? Are there doubts? Can we be skeptical about this Arsenal team? Yes, we can be. Because they have yet to perform. So, between Pep Guardiola and a Manchester City that have a winning mentality, compared to Mikel Arteta and an Arsenal team that have not won a trophy in a very long time, I think I will move all my chips to Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Until then, stay blessed and peace out.